Hello, hello. Welcome to Heal and Ascend to Row. So I hope you guys are doing well. We're going to quickly jump in and do a What Divine Masculine Isn't Telling You at This Time reading. Okay, so before we begin, we're going to start off and just see what's going on with the Divine Masculine at this time. Okay, so just in general, and then we're going to take a look at, what is it that he's not telling you, okay? But let's see what's going on with the masculines right now. Okay, so this is going to be for those of you, I guess, you could be in communication with your masculine. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. Either way, there could be things that, he's currently hiding from you. So let's take a look, Spirit. What do we have here? And to be honest, guys, I have no setup at all for this reading. I'm just going to go into it, and we're just going to see what comes through, okay? So there's no system to this reading. We're just going to pull cards and see what we get, okay? The one thing I do want to say, though, is if you want to book a reading, please head to healandascendtorow.com. I'm going to be getting out readings today, tomorrow, over the next few days, so, check your emails if you have booked with me. But if you wanted to book either a same-day reading, extended reading, twin flame reading, whatever it is, pretty much offer it all in the link down below, okay? So, wow, guys, look at this. The first card we have out is confidence, okay? So I feel like right now the Divine Masculines are really focused on the material world. They're really focused on trying to build their confidence, on feeling, some sort of stability here. They want to feel not only confident for their feminines, but just confident for themselves, okay? So a lot of you guys, your masculines, are most likely focused on the material world. They're focused on their career. They're focused on their craft, whatever it is. Yeah, and then we have strength, okay? So what else is going on with the masculines right now is they're really trying to find their inner strength at this time. I feel like Spirit is really kicking their butt right now. I'm picturing the Tower card, like over and over again, over and over. I feel like the masculines are getting hit with Tower moment after Tower moment after Tower moment, especially for the masculines who are just not getting it, right? Because we get Tower moments when, we're resistant to change, and Spirit just steps in and goes, okay, you're not going to change? All right, well, I'm going to come in and I'm going to put a tower here, and we're going to destroy everything because you're unwilling to change. So I do feel like the masculines are getting hit with Tower moment after Tower moment, but they are trying to find their strength at this time. I just feel like it's a tough road for them at this point, okay? So a lot of them could really be struggling as well, as what I'm being told. All right, so what else? What's going on with the masculines here, Spirit? Just in general. Wow, guys, invisible, okay? So right now, a lot of the Divine Masculines are feeling invisible, so they're really having to face their abandonment wounds. I think what's happening here is a lot of them are starting to realize that they've been looking for their confidence and their strength in all of the wrong places. So a lot of these masculines have been looking for their confidence and strength in outside opinions and what people think of them and what people do to validate them. And they're starting to see and realize that that's not working anymore. It's not vibing with them anymore, right? And this is why Spirit steps in and says, okay, look at why this isn't working. Okay, because you can't find your confidence, you can't find your worth through external forces, right? And we all know that this twin flame journey is a journey of the soul. All right, it's not even about your masculine, it's not even about the divine feminine. It's really about you connecting with you, okay? And it's a soul journey. And the soul journey teaches us that we find our fulfillment from within, not without. Okay, so I do feel like the masculines are kind of going through a tough time. I feel like they're really trying to find their strength, but the underlying energy here is the divine masculines are feeling quite invisible. They're feeling like they're not being really seen for who they truly are, but a lot of them are actually, I'm being told that they're still wearing their masks. They're scared to take off their masks because there is that feeling of, if I take off my mask, I'm going to be invisible, okay? So some deep stuff going on for the masculines, okay? So let's see what they're not telling the Divine Feminines at this time. All right, Spirit, so what are Divine Masculines not telling Divine Feminines at this time? What's going on? What are Divine Masculines not telling Divine Feminines at this time? All right, so what do we see here? What's going on? We have number 2, we have journey. Okay? So I feel like this woman here on the bridge, she's almost halfway across, but not quite there. So what I feel like what your Divine Masculines are trying to tell you is they're getting there, okay? So they realize that they're on some sort of spiritual journey. A lot of the masculines do understand that, but I feel like what your Divine Masculines aren't telling you is that they just haven't quite got to the end yet. They're still in the depths, the middle of this journey. They're not quite at the end. They don't have the full clarity yet. They don't have the strength yet. They don't have that confidence yet. So what your divine masculine isn't telling you is that he needs more time. He needs more time on his individual journey at this time, okay? So let's see what else. What is divine masculine not telling divine feminines at this time, okay? Envy. Wow. So that's deep, guys. For a lot of you divine feminines, what I've been noticing through you know, your comments and just the collective in general, the divine feminines have really truly stepped into their power. Now, I'm not saying that's for every one of you, because not every one of you have, but a lot of you who have been resonating with the readings that I've been putting out recently, a lot of you guys have truly been stepping into your power. You've been finding your purpose. You've been manifesting the shit out of things, okay? And the masculines, they're not telling you that. They're actually quite envious. Now, what I'm getting is the masculines, the reason why there's envy and jealousy towards the feminines is because the masculines still haven't learned how to cultivate that inner strength, that ability to connect with spirit on a deeper level, because again, they've been so connected to the ego, to pride, and they don't understand why things just aren't working in their own life, and they keep getting tower moment after tower moment. This is because the masculines need to start facing their fears head on. So the masculines are looking at the feminines, you know, manifesting things, doing good in the world, and are feeling quite envious at this time, okay? Feeling quite envious of you guys. Now, what the masculine is not quite understanding is that the feminines have been on this journey for much longer time, right? Because the masculines are halfway through. I think a lot of the divine feminines are pretty much at the end, where when it comes to that internal journey, that self journey of self-love. So a lot of you guys are nearing the end and, you know, really coming into that place of alignment with yourself. Even though things might not be perfect in your life, you're getting to that point where you don't need things to be perfect, because you love yourself for you, and that's all that matters. So the feminines are there. The masculines are about halfway through. So the masculines, you know, don't understand that they're going to get to that point too, but right now they're just feeling a little envious because they're seeing the divine feminines thrive and they're not quite there yet, okay? So what else do we have here? What else? What is divine masculine not telling divine feminine? Happy family. Okay, so what the masculine actually isn't telling you is that he still has this vision for a happy family. I actually kind of see this card as like the 10 of Cups, right? It's like that rainbow, it's the happy family. So divine masculine isn't telling you that he still has this vision. He just doesn't know how to get it, is what I'm being told. He doesn't know how to get there, okay? But there is still that desire to have this happy life. And for some of you guys, this is the masculine really truly wanting, you know, kids with you, wanting, you know, to travel, wanting adventures, really wanting to build a family together, okay? But I'm getting here, the masculines probably would not be telling you that at all, especially if they're in this place of feeling quite envious, okay? So what else do we have here, Spirit? What else do we have here for the masculines? Yeah, look at this, guys, all tied up, okay? So what they're not telling you right now is that they're feeling constricted. This is almost like the 8 of Swords energy. So, you know, like if you look, this woman here is all tied up in rope, okay? So the masculines are just feeling like they're stuck, okay? So we're gonna find out exactly why. So we're gonna take a look at why the divine masculines are feeling stuck at this time. So let's see. All right, Spirit, so give us some more clarity on why the divine masculines are stuck at this time. All right, so clarify all tied up. And yes, guys, I got some new decks, super excited. I love getting new decks. All right, so let's see. Wow, okay, so we have the Knight of Wands, okay? So for some of you guys, the masculines are still stuck in this this energy of just in and out, in and out, in and out. They're not stable yet. And I'm also getting told that a lot of this has to do with their lack of stability when it comes to their home life. So I feel like the masculines are still in this energy where, you know, they're very fiery, they're very passionate, but when it comes to like really being able to be stable, they're not, okay? So they're all tied up. Some of them could be tied up in karmic situations as well, where there's just a lot of chaos, okay? Could be a lot of passion, but it just could be a lot of chaos in karmic cycles. So what else do we have here? What is divine masculine not telling divine feminines at this time, Spirit? What is this all tied up about? What is this all about? The Emperor, yeah. Okay, So the other energy here that I'm getting is that the masculines are really having a hard time breaking free from their control issues. All right, because we all know masculines, when their energy is not balanced, they can be very controlling. Okay, so what I'm getting here right now is that they're having a hard time breaking free of these control issues and just being open and vulnerable at this time. Okay, what else is this about, dear spirit? What else is this about? What is divine masculine not telling divine feminine? The King of Swords in reverse. Okay, yeah. So, okay, whatever's keeping the masculine tied up at this time is not allowing him to make clear decisions. Okay, he's not able to take action. We have the King of Swords in reverse, which is someone who's just very indecisive. But the other thing that I'm also getting from this is that because he's all tied up with either some sort of maybe karmic type of situation, or some sort of situation that I'm just getting a lot of, like, I don't necessarily want to say toxic energy, but I want to say it's like an intense energy that's really distracting the masculines from, like, their journey. I'm just getting that the masculines are getting caught up in, like, it's almost like, okay, picture it this way. You're going on, like, say, a long hike, and you know you have to get back by 5 o'clock, and it's 4 o'clock, and you're on a path, and if you were to just walk the path straight, you would get there in time. But you're walking the path, and then you see there's a festival to the left, there's a carnival to the right, and I'm getting here that the masculines keep getting caught up in all of these, like, things that keep popping up, and I feel like Spirit's trying to get them to stay straight on their path, but the masculines are getting distracted by all of these, like, things that keep popping up. They're, like, what's the word? Not enticing, but kind of like enticing energies. They're getting caught up in things that don't matter, and I feel like Spirit's trying to test them in a sense, but they're just not getting it. They keep taking the bait, essentially. Okay, wow, that was a weird tangent, but heading back to the King of Swords in reverse, I'm also getting that they're very emotionally closed off at this time. Okay, which would make sense. They're all tied up, so they're also emotionally tied off or closed off when it comes to the feminines. Okay, so let's see how the masculines are currently feeling towards their feminines at this time. How are the masculines currently feeling towards the feminines? I'm just going to push this to the side. All right, so first card out, we have the Hermit. Yeah, okay, guys, so definitely the masculines right now are doing some sort of soul searching, but they're also just kind of in this energy of avoiding their feminines at this time. Okay, how are the divine masculines feeling towards the feminines at this time? The Queen of Wands in reverse. There we go. There's that envy. There's that jealousy that we are seeing, guys. So this is a really big deal for the masculines right now, okay? Because we have envy, and the Queen of Wands in reverse is always my jealous card, okay? So the masculines are extremely jealous of the feminines at this time, which is very interesting. So I don't know what you guys are doing. I don't know if you're, like, strutting your stuff on social media or something, but the masculines are really feeling some sort of envy. And remember, guys, this is the what divine masculine isn't telling you. So this isn't something that you probably wouldn't know. All right, so what else do we have here? What is divine? Okay. Okay, we have the Queen of Coins in reverse, the Ten of Wands, and the Eight of Skies. Look at how crazy this is all lining up. Okay, remember how I was just saying this all tied up is talking about, like I said, this is like the Eight of Swords, and then we get the Eight of Swords coming out for how they're feeling about the feminine. So guys, this is a huge thing for the masculines. They're really feeling trapped in their fears when it comes to their divine feminines, okay? We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So a lot of these masculines aren't telling you that their financial situation is not stable at this point in time, and it's creating a lot of burdens for them, okay? We have the Ten of Wands here. So they're really feeling burdened by their financial situation. I feel like some of them could be comparing their financial situation to the feminines, what I'm picking up. And that could be where some of the envy is coming, which is interesting because, guys, this is what I was saying earlier before we even got these cards out, is that the masculines are not understanding why the feminines are just manifesting and making all of these things happen, right? All right, Spirit, so what is divine masculine not telling divine feminines at this time? So what else do we have here? What is divine masculine not telling you this time? All right, so let's see. What is divine masculine not telling divine feminines at this time? Okay, so a lot of them aren't telling you that they're going through a period of recovery. All right, so I'm actually getting a few messages here. So this is gonna be for a select few, but for some of you guys, your masculines could be coming out of some sort of like rehab. So if there was some sort of addiction, some of them are coming out of recovery, but it's very fresh out of recovery, so they're not telling you that. For others of you, I feel like the masculines are recovering from these tower moments that they've been experiencing. I feel like the masculines are really just feeling exhausted and are just needing to recover at this time, okay? And they're still in that process. All right, so what else do we have here? What is Divine Masculine not telling Divine Feminine at this time, Spirit? Impasse, yeah. Okay, so what the Divine Masculines are not telling you, and this makes sense with what we're seeing here, with the masculines being all tied up. So they're kind of at this impasse, like they're not really doing anything at this point in time. It's almost, okay, this is the energy that I'm picturing right now. You're standing here, right? It's kind of like this guy, okay? So he's standing here. All of this stuff is happening right in front of him, but he's just watching it, right? He's just watching it. There's nothing he's doing. And this is how the masculines are feeling because they're so tied up in their fears. They're seeing almost like their lives fall apart, or their situations with their feminines fall apart, or their situations with their karmics fall apart, or their family, whatever it is. They feel like they can't do anything. They're so caught up. They're so burdened by all of this stuff that they've built, right? All of this karma that they've generated themselves with the 10 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, that they can't even move. So I'm also getting an energy of some of these masculines are feeling mentally paralyzed at this time. All right, so Spirit, let's see what the Divine Masculines want their Divine Feminines to know. So please remember, guys, maybe not all of these messages are gonna resonate for you, but there's some specific messages in here that I know are for specific groups of you, okay? So just take whatever resonates. And be sure to comment down below what resonates with you, okay? All right, so let's see. What does Divine Masculine want you to know? Want Divine Feminine to know? What's the message for the feminines? Yeah, guys, this is, oh. Goodness. Okay, so I'm getting strong regret for the masculines. We're gonna start with this. I wish I could take back the things that I said. So whatever has happened between you and your masculines, there's a strong energy of regret coming through. And a lot of them are wishing that they could take back a lot of these things that they've said, okay? They miss you, all right? I miss you regardless of how things seem. So if the Divine Masculines are kind of, like we saw, they're in that King of Swords in reverse energy where they're acting very emotionally detached, which I feel like they actually are emotionally detached because they're trying to emotionally detach themselves because they're so burdened. But they want you to know that they miss you even though they're not telling you that, or even though they're in this hermit mode and not showing you that, okay? The other issue that the masculines are dealing with right now is they don't know if they can meet your expectations. And this is what I'm saying here. This is what I was saying with the first cards that came out, where the masculines are really focused. This is the first card that came out, confidence. Okay, so the masculines are really trying to work on building their confidence so that they can actually feel like they can meet their Divine Feminine's expectations, because a lot of them, they just don't feel like they can. And it's so funny, guys, because what came out under this card was the Chaos card. And remember how I was saying they've been experiencing tower moment after tower moment after tower moment. And this is what I was picturing. There's this storm that's happening in front of them. And what are they doing? Just standing there, impasse, just standing there. And this is the energy. They're so paralyzed by their fears. They're so paralyzed by all of these mental constraints. So Divine Feminines, please understand your masculines are going through a lot. I honestly wasn't expecting to pull this many messages today, but this is what I'm seeing, okay? So I do hope that this reading resonated. Again, please comment down below, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. Thank you for being loyal to this channel. I appreciate every single one of you. Other than that though, okay, if you wanted to book a reading with me, head over to healandascendtarot.com. Sending you love and light, and I wish you all of the best. Bye.